Hi everyone, welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm MaryAnne. Thank you for tuning in today. Welcome to your Sun Sign Love Connection readings for today. Today is May 24th, 2021, and we are on the beautiful Earth element of Capricorn as our featured sign. So, for those that are new, I have a little format where I pick 2 sun signs every day, and I read specifically about this particular connection. I read for the featured, which I go around my zodiac wheel and pick in order so that you'll know when your turn comes up. And then right in front of you, I pick the spirited, guided, highlighted connection for this featured sign of Capricorn. So I'm going to do that right now. Taking the deep breath and ask Spirit to please guide us in the best possible and highest way to bring in the information that's necessary and needed to hear. So, and you have, I'll be darned, Capricorn, you have Libra. I want to tell you what's interesting about that. I have to sidetrack a lot of times when I'm doing my readings, speaking from my heart, and definitely hits and information coming from my guides and, just my intuition. I've had some issues with uploading, predominantly with my last featured sign of Libra, which was not the last. I did Scorpio. That should be coming up today. Looks like it's doing well before I came in here. Libra, I tried to upload in the last 3 days. And then I would just delete it and I would try again and I would delete it. And this morning it still wasn't happening. Whereas the one that I did for Scorpio yesterday, put today's date on it to try to make it more accurate. That's coming right along. So I deleted the one for Libra. I will come back for Libras if you're watching or cross-watching or watching because you happen to be the highlighted connection today, and let you know that you will get a little more bonus for the inconvenience. But I have no real answers. I mean, I do have answers. I feel like because we are on Gemini season, happy birthday all Geminis. Love you. I have my brother's birthday on the 26th. My sister, God rest her soul, on the 30th. Sister-in-law, my mother's at the 20th. So many May birthdays. My other brother's May 1st, Taurus, big time Taurus. With the same element as Gemini, which is the air element, you're going to feel a lot of the similar things that are happening right now. Now, I love it in a lot of ways because we're all going to feel this kind of livelier energy with Gemini. They're very, very upbeat a lot of times and very fast-moving, kind of scattered energy, and they're excitable and changeable. They're mutable. They're mutable signs, so they change and they want new things and new adventures, and they want to switch the game kind of quick sometimes, almost too quick, right? You got to take a deep breath and say, okay, now calm yourself down. And it's very much about the mind. They're just always thinking, what's the next best trend? What's the next way I can communicate with somebody? How can I share my thoughts? Great teachers, great mentors for people, very intelligent, the mind ruled by Mercury. So now we've got Mercury going into retrograde into Gemini. That's happening on the 29th, that's the Saturday. So we're already in the shadow period. I have found that, things always slow down during that time. There are blocks, and it has to do with communication. So being a Libra myself, for some reason that Libra upload wasn't wanting to do it. Kind of showing me a lesson or whatever, or just patience. And we did have Saturn, which has been in Aquarius, the other fellow air sign, station retrograde 2 days ago now. So, the day that I was actually trying, and that would have been Friday, I believe. I'm totally mixing up my days. I apologize. I want to say Friday, when Saturn stationed retrograde and will be retrograde through October 10th. That day in particular, days surrounding any retrograde are going to be a little more chaotic and unusual. And that was the day I did load the Libra fellow air about communication. So here I'm trying to explain and send messages, and that was stopped. So I don't give up though. You know that if you've been watching me. So I will be attempting that again. But here's some messages for you today anyway, Libra. Let's see if it happens by way of beautiful Capricorn. So I'll talk a little bit about each. I'm not going to elaborate too much. I tend to go on a little too long, and I've done this for so long. If you're interested in knowing more detail, I have many videos you can look back on. But the reality is that Capricorn is a beautiful, let's see if I were to pick 5 specific personality traits, because that's what the sun sign is. It's absolutely our personality. Many times you go to get a horoscope, it's based on the sun sign planet, okay? That's our first house. That is our ego-driven, sun in our home, building, the day we're born, the moment we're born, the time we're born. That's the ascendant. But point in case, we have our season every year to celebrate, like we're in Gemini season right now. It's usually a month. And, it's about our drives, our interests, our personality traits, certainly our friends we want to accumulate, people we want to attract ourselves to, we want to be noticed. And I will say that if you don't have a sun sign in Capricorn, like the readings, but you have a moon or an ascendant / rising sign in Capricorn, or Venus in Capricorn, which has to do with love and how you approach love and how you act in love. All of those could be also reasons to watch this, because if you have any of those, like I mentioned in Capricorn, you're going to resonate in some way. I hope you resonate completely with my readings, but that's not always the case. It's very relative to your personal natal chart, to the degrees of which sign you are. But certainly if you have a sun, Capricorn, you are so incredibly steadfast, and you're the ground, you're the earth, you're the salt of the earth. You're so incredibly reliable, you're successful, you're resourceful. Oh my gosh, you represent the goat who climbs the highest mountains and doesn't think twice. It's like, I have a goal, all I can see is up. This is in every aspect of your life, with your business, with your relationships. Like, you don't want to think anything but, how do I get to that next step? How do I level up, basically, these days, right? How do I glow up? And you do, because you work so hard. And you happen to have, your ruling planet is Saturn, and that's the taskmaster. That's what's now in retrograde and through October. But it's also, it's there because it really is important that Saturn remind us of the importance of time, the value of time. Saturn is known as the time, the god of time. Time is essential. It has a lot to do with, how we balance that out a lot of times. Work versus relationships, family, and the way that has to happen all the time. That's a very acute part of who you are. And you're not afraid of work. Oh my gosh, Capricorn, you are known to be one of the most hardworking signs in the zodiac, as the other 2 earth signs are as well. I'm not going to lie. You just put your nose to the grindstone and you just make it happen. Come hell or high water, you're not concerned about that. You love the benefits and the material aspects of how it brings those comforts to your life. So, and you're usually really good at what you do, because you really just persevere and really try to be the best at what you do, no matter what it is. You can be a little solemn and withdrawn. That's kind of a personality trait. I would imagine that Saturn is being the heavier energies for the constriction and the seriousness to focus and, stay on track has always been a part of you. But it's really to your benefit, because then you sit back and, laugh all the way to the bank, and people are like, wow, I didn't invest that way, or I should have really spent more time at the office, or, maybe had my own business, which a lot of course, Capricorns are entrepreneurials. You're also a cardinal sign. 4 cardinal signs in the zodiac. You're one of them, and you represent the season of winter, which of course is past, but it's more of a barren kind of a, like I said, that's more solemn. Just got to work hard, especially hard during that time to keep warm and to, to make things grow, because it's not usually the best time, but you do it. Oh, yes, you do. And people love you because you're super reliable and accountable and extremely loyal. So that's who you are. And then you have Libra, and you know what? Libra is the air element, and Libra represents the scales, and Libra absolutely always works towards balance in all areas of their life, and their key interest and, motivation, I would say, is about relationships. All forms of relationships, certainly relationships of love that matter in the romantic sense, the commitments that can be made, the compromise, the listening and working with, you know, and understanding very many points of view with a Libra. You know, they say Libras are very indecisive and, you know, just, they don't know what they want and so forth. And as a Libra, I'm sure that's true in a lot of cases, but I will tell you that it's really a matter of us using our mind as an air sign and just really looking into every perspective and kind of viewpoint, you know. Nobody's actually wrong in life, you know. I've always believed that. There's right and wrong, sure, but we all have different opinions. So it's nice to take in all of that and recognize, yeah, that has a valid point to it. It's not necessarily wishy-washy or indecisive. It's saying, yeah, my way isn't always the right way, but either way, there's a lot of love and harmony that's important to Libras, and peace, of course. They love a good debate, a good conversation. It really spurs them on. It's almost like foreplay for them. They're not afraid of heartbreak either. They are ruled by Venus, though, so they love beauty. They love to look and feel good and be around beautiful things. They're really good at interior design, and that sort of, you know, career is something they tend to go towards. Love socializing, love being, you know, extremely great hostess or hosts at gatherings and parties. I mean, I always envision that, but I don't actually have the accommodations for that. But it's always been a part of my soul. I've always thought that would be really great. And I'm not dead yet. But in fact, I have some cousins coming in over the weekend for Memorial Day. So it's nice to know that I can do a little bit of that again. And so anyway, this combination with the two of you, I think there's a really very different energy with the two, with the earth and the air. There always has been, but the solid, you know, solid grounded aspect of the Capricorn, working with the air, kind of, it really helps to balance each other. And that's what, you know, Libras strive for. There's the permanence there that I know for myself. It's nice to have friends. It's nice to, you know, all walks of life, and you go through life and you're like, oh, that was a nice friend. It's unfortunate we're not with each other. That hurts me deeply. I don't know about you guys. I want friends for life, and I only have one earth sign. It's a hard one though. It's in Pluto. It's Virgo and Pluto, the perfectionist in Pluto, the transformational, the one that tends to bring out the sides of us that want to see the worst in ourselves, right? But yeah, I digress. The point is that there's a lot of really intentions of good, harmonizing, working together, solid basis, foundation for this relationship. And I see that it can bring a sense of permanence and stability that I think everybody wants in some way or another, you know, along with freedom, because, you know, there are many Libras, myself included, that have been independent for so many years and haven't necessarily had a committed spouse relationship, but certainly care about my friends and my clients and you, and, you know, it's just an ongoing thing. So there's love and respect here. And, you know, just listening to each other's love language is always the bottom line for all relationships. Let me read to you the 3 major categories for this beautiful connection today of Capricorn and Libra. Now, I shook these up very well. I am using my movie tarot, which is one of my favorites. I don't know if you've seen it. I hadn't prior. There's so many decks. But it's a gorgeous one. And yeah, we're all movie stars, right? We're all enough. We're all meant to do and to be something for someone in some way, the smallest, whatever it is. It's all contributing to the big, the conscious, the collective, you know. And knowing and feeling that way really, really rises and raises our energies so that we all can feel that sense of, I don't know, camaraderie and just, you know, working together. It's it's so important. And I feel as time goes on, with a lot of the air elements and planets being in that sign, it's going to be more about working through and communicating more and discussing things that can break the barriers of what's happened so far that hasn't been working at all. Now we do have, like I said, the Mercury retrograde coming in, and we got to just hold on tight and be flexible, and maybe if you can, just go on vacation. I mean, because it is going to be a little frustrating at times if you have to recheck your plans or you have people rescheduling like I do with my business. It's just a normal thing. just opening up to that and just taking more breaths and having really good conversations, because it's Gemini season. They're all about that. I mean, I love just picking my brain with other people, you know, or picking their brain, I should say, and coming up with ideas and inspirational things I haven't, you know, because we're connecting more, we're socializing a little more. It feels so good. Or just changing the way you do something on you know, YouTube, which is definitely part of my agenda. As long as I'm sure that they're all going to be uploaded. So the first category is, and mind you, your speech is going to be a little jumbled like mine is. Of course, you can tell and hear it, and it's a work in progress, but then it gets better by the end of it, and that'll be June 22nd. So we got a ways, but it's all good. You can still live and just accept the little challenges that come through. The first category is the overall energy bringing you to this reading. Do check back on the beginning of the month readings to kind of see as a baseline what's developed since then. These are definite guidelines. I never ever claim to predict your future, but I would say that a lot of the energies that come through are definitely there to help, to assist you, to inspire you, motivate you perhaps. Oh, and the first beautiful category for you is the star. And it's Judy Garland, and it is so beautiful. I think it's Judy Garland. Let me double check though. My vision's not great, but the star represents the sign of Aquarius. So it's so perfect. You know, we had Jupiter in Aquarius from December of last year through the 13th of May. It then went into Pisces, and it'll stay in Pisces until July 28th. And then it'll go back into Aquarius to December 28th, and then we'll have next year predominantly, mostly in Pisces again. So right now, it doesn't matter whether you're an earth sign and you're solid and you're thinking about your money and your practical things, or you're an air sign like Libra and you're all in your mind and you're just like, I got to think about this, that, and the other and make it logical and make sense. And when it comes to Pisces and Jupiter, which is the benevolent planet that just brings luck and abundance and prosperity and magical manifestations, it's about your heart. It is about your dreams. It is about your desires, the wishes that you dream upon those stars, and they do happen. And you don't believe otherwise, so that's a huge part of manifesting. We're all kind of getting that right now, and it's so beautiful. If you have Pisces in your chart at all, Capricorn or Libra, or water in general, we actually have the moon in Scorpio. It's very complementary for the Pisces time right now, Jupiter and Pisces. But yeah, you're going to feel it more, you know, something special. Things are coming up you're not even aware of yet, because those eclipses that are happening, first one in Sagittarius on the 26th I mentioned, which is all about truth and knowledge and you know, absolute higher wisdom, philosophies, changes of your thought patterns, your new perspectives, your dreams. And Jupiter rules Sagittarius. There's two double Jupiters happening that are in positive signs, because that's what their ruling planet is. Certainly historically it was in Pisces. Now it's Neptune more modernly, but I still say it's definitely Sagittarius and Pisces. That's the ruling planet. So it's rubbing off on everybody. Hanging out with people like that, hanging out with that kind of energy is only going to make it more positive, with more possibilities and more miracles. And to get this as your first overall energy is showing me that that's how you're feeling. That's what you're believing. That's so much of it. Let me look really quickly, but yeah, I'm almost positive that's Judy Garland. And whoa, almost poked myself in the eye, and I wouldn't be able to see anything. So it's 17, which is, ooh. No, okay, it isn't. It is Judy Garland as Esther Blodgett, Esther Hoffman Howard in A Star is Born, one of the first renditions. That's a great movie. I've seen at least 4 renditions. Yeah. A Star is Born, you know. What do you want to do? How do you want to be seen? Because you're going to be seen. And that beautiful full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius is going to bring everything to the light, you know. And then those eclipses bring in things super fast and take things out fast and change your life exponentially and internally in ways you never imagined, but it's going to be for the best. No matter how it may be perceived or thought of at that moment, it's always for the best. So this is beautiful. I'm not 100% surprised at all, because that's how the readings have been going. When you have some really, really challenging times like we had for many months, it's the law of attraction. It is the law of the universe, the yin and the yang. For every time it's up, it goes down. The Wheel of Fortune is a great example of that, you know. It's about time and destiny and fate. And when things are down, you know that Wheel of Fortune is going to turn in the direction to make it better. You know, it just does. You know, the sea waves go out, they come in. It's absolutely part of logic and sensibility and science and all that, right? Something we actually can rely on, but I don't know, you know, would that change? Who knows? I don't know. Nothing would actually surprise me right now. The second category is always the possible blessings or obstacles. So let's see what we have to do with this star and where it's going to lead you, where your direction is going, that North Star, right? The Queen of Wands. Oh my gosh. What power. There's, it won't even stay in my hand. There's the fire energy. There's the Sagittarius. It's already being felt. It's on Thursday, for heaven's sakes. It's Monday, right? Nope. Yeah, it's on Wednesday. The eclipse is on Wednesday, so you're going to be feeling it. And it looks as though it's a full moon. It isn't actually. It will be on Wednesday with this lunar eclipse. And oh my gosh, it's a beautiful, energetically powerful, optimistic, changing kind of adventurous energy. And it's pulling you towards and pushing you, I should say, towards what you want. When you have the Queen of Wands, though, I mean, it could be Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. The queens of any, you know, suit represent the feminine duality in all of us. We have our masculine and our feminine, okay? But the feminine part of us is all about our intuition and the inner knowledge and knowing of just how powerful we are. Yes, we demonstrate it in the outside world as much as we can, but inwardly we know and we feel and sense our intuition, our higher power, and we take that and we just spread it out there with so much passion. That's what the Queen of Wands does. She wants to help, but she's very passionate about, very fired up, very motivated. She motivates others around her, and she works from her heart. It's the real deal. This is really beautiful energy. I don't see this as an obstacle at all, unless there's somebody in that category, you know, who has this energy that just annoys you for some reason. I don't know. I hope that's not the case. This is not the time to be bogged down with that. But, you know, the changeability of the Gemini, it's a duality, like I said. They're the twins, you know, moody sometimes, happy sometimes not. You might pick up on that sporadic kind of energy. But otherwise, it's a blessing. That's an energy you want with your relationships, promise you. And then the final category is the finances. So let's see what we've got going for you. Beautiful Capricorns and Libra. Now, this particular Libra Capricorn is not resonating at all, and you're just like, nope. You may not have met that Libra yet, Capricorn. Also, it is an energy as well. It is a feeling. It is about you maybe feeling balanced and more willing to compromise and such, you know, and wanting the fairness to be a big part of your life in your relationships and so forth. But if it isn't Libra, I've got 2 oracles that I'll read that has to do with you, Capricorn, and every one of your connections, okay? So that everybody gets a message with my readings. And, you know, give it some time, too. I mean, it is for the second half of the month, and we're only a week from the end of it, but it can still linger on, as will the energies from the from the eclipses, I promise. Page of Cups for your finances. Now, beautiful card. Absolutely about our emotions. Absolutely about inspiration. Ideas to make money. Creativity, because I didn't mention that, but with Jupiter and Pisces, our creativity and intuition and the healing that can come through for all aspects of our life is heightened. And we're all going to be able to feel that if we choose to take that in and allow that to be a part of our energy. So I love it. Pages are the beginnings. They're the new. They're the kind of young and youthful parts of ourselves or our people we're with, or the people just appear to be kind of more youthful and joyful. Remember laughing more when you're younger and not caring or being embarrassed about it. I laughed so hard with my best friend at that point, most of my life when I was younger. The one best friend I had. And we just recently just touched base just really quickly and brought that up. And I got tears of joy from that because, yeah, that some of the happiest times in my life, for sure. That's what this is. This is that kind of energy. It's inspiring you to motivate yourself to yet try another avenue, you know, try another type of work, something you've never done before. This is so you anyway, Capricorn. And as the cardinal, it's about initiation and starting and keeping busy and doing stuff and being a pioneer for ideas and inventions and that sort of things. I feel like a lot of Capricorns I know are already at the head of the game that way. They have the pulse on that kind of thing as far as how to make money and the best way to go about it, and then just making it happen and amassing the wealth, you know, throughout their lifetime. But I also love, as I see in the background, what looks to be the stars in the galaxy, but there's that new moon. So what happened from the May 11th new moon in Taurus, which is very powerful and very, very complimentary for you, Capricorn, because that is your fellow earth sign. It was about taking your ideas that you already instigated during Aries season, no doubt. And that new moon was off the charts. Whew, that was a lot of energy. Pushing us through, finally, from last year, because that's the first sign of the zodiac. That's the beginning of our astrology year in March, and the season of, they too being a cardinal, the season of spring starting. You know, everything just starts to change, and the love comes out of our cells and our pores, and it's like, oh, I'm ready for this. The sun shines, the days are longer. Something happening then into this new moon next month, which is the solar eclipse in Gemini. Yes, another Gemini. Is going to be pretty potent and pretty amazing. And I think of partnerships strongly with this, and certainly love, but you know, just a beautiful, emotional, stable kind of feeling, and remembering the child in you, never letting go of that fun part, having fun, getting out, because that's what Gemini season does, you know, connecting more, networking more would make sense for you, Capricorn, and really, really expanding your horizons. Beautiful reading, beautiful reading. I finished it with a period, if you will, for the reading by using a rune. And I set the rune on the second category, which is the possible blessings or obstacles, the Queen of Wands, that power and intensity. And this is the actual rune. I feel like I picked this a couple times in the last week or so. I'll set it right here and I'll read to you what it says specifically for this particular rune, and the time frame, and then the response of the words associated with it. So this particular rune's name is, where'd it go? Okay, Athila. Yes, Athila. And it is number 23. Now, 2 plus 3 is a 5 in numerology. 5 is about change. 5 is about working through challenges. I always say, and this is nothing to you, I know, Capricorn, but challenges are hard for Libras. I don't like confrontation. I don't like things that make me uncomfortable. Of course I don't, but I push through it anyway. I do have an Aries moon, so I want to do this. As hard as it is a lot of times, with you, Capricorn, you invite challenge in a way. It's an opportunity to get past your comfort zone. There's that mountain, and there's a reference to you being a goat, and just thinking, nope, it's not a challenge, it's not an obstacle, it's an opportunity. I always use that as a saying for you, because that's what I think your quote should be when it comes to Capricorn. But yeah, we're in a 5-month, this is a 5-year, many changes, many changes, and still working through the challenges of last year and resetting our lives and transforming yet more, you know, constantly, right? In order to be in this lifetime, in this body, and so forth. So that is, like I said, 23. I will go over here and read to you a little bit more about that and what it means. It means ownership. That is the word associated with Athilo. Now, this is beautiful. The time period is exactly perfect and synchronistic. It is between May 30th and June 13th. That is my belated late sister's birthday, May 30th, Gemini. May she rest in peace. And yeah, it's Gemini. It's Gemini. There's a lot of Gemini energy now. We're in that season now. It's about really focusing on how you want to come across and how you want to converse and how you want to speak. I know a lot of Capricorns are extremely well versed and able to speak, and like I said, you have just a huge plethora of things that you can do and exceed in. But I will say that there are some that are very low key and kind of reserved. So I feel like you might be even taking courses in how to better speak. What is that? The Toastmasters comes to mind, you know, where you learn to not get over public speaking, even if it's not in a real public forum. It could be for YouTube. That could make a lot of money and a lot of connections for your work, and you know, your website is improved, and something technology is essential in these next years because of Aquarius energy and Uranus, which is a big part of the picture as well. So let me read you the words associated with it. Home, assets, yes. Inheritance, family, tradition. Interesting, because yes, a lot of the earth is very much about tradition, and you know, why fix it if it isn't broke? Stick with what it is. Last year, the predominance of energies in Jupiter were in your sign, Capricorn. So whatever happened last year, in addition to what we all know happened, you took on an opportunity that came about, or opportunities, and you're now working through them for the next 12 years till, if you're old enough, or young enough, I should say, where Jupiter will come back again, because it happens every 12 years in each sign, and that's not a lot of visits in a lifetime. So you're going to utilize this in amazing ways. I just know that about you. So yeah, tradition, learning from the past, good luck. You have good luck on your side. That definitely is carried through from last year's Jupiter influence. You know, it's just allowing these miracles and these opportunities to come in and believe in it, you know, and call for it, call it in, you know, and know that you're certainly worthy. And these are the kind of information and messages that'll come to you. So I hope you feel that right now. I'm excited for you. It seems very, very current and present. And now I'm going to read the two oracles in closing. The first is the beautiful Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. I changed my cards and my oracles for the beginning and then the mid-months, and I really love this deck a lot. And I hope that you will find something that really inspires you from it and makes you think, huh, that's cool. That is meant for me. You know, that's always really special when these readings just hit home so much. You're like, MaryAnne's reading it for me. Could be. Could very well be. So for every beautiful Capricorn in all of your relationships, regeneration. Wow. Once again, I have been using this deck maybe 3 times since I got it last December. As I like to, you know, change up. I have a lot of decks. But this is extremely appropriate. It is the tree of life. It's the continuum of life, the regeneration. You know, you have your roots down deep, Capricorn, and that's what's kept you stable and strong and present and, you know, capable. Very, very capable of materializing beautiful, wonderful, comforting, abundant things. 46 is 4 plus 6 equals 10. So this is a new cycle. This is the beginning again. This is the pages, you know, the new opportunities. They just keep coming as long as we're aware and we're recognizing them and we accept them, you know. I mean, that's always your choice, right? Isn't that a gorgeous card, though? I hope it's not too blurry. I did get a new phone because I had no storage, and I do like it a lot. I'm not sure how good it looks. I don't usually watch all my videos back, just tiny little bits to see that it's uploading and such. So let me read to you what it says about regeneration, which kind of speaks for itself. But there's a couple of really juicy little sentences and things that I like to add to that. 46. We're at the end here. Regeneration, essential meanings, rebirth, second chances, and new opportunities. I mean, if that's not congruent with the rest of the reading, I don't know what is. That's what I've been saying, and that's what you're being shown and guided to. So, you know, the ball's in your court now. The Oracle message, second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. Whew, I get goosebumps. Whatever you may have perceived as a failure or loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful, growing into its place. This rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. Destiny. That's the star too. You know, you create your destiny. Is that true? I think it is. You know, in some ways, I mean, obviously some of destiny is fate, but I just feel like we can kind of tweak all of that in some ways. I don't know, you know, some not obviously, but others absolutely. I don't know. That's magic, you know, that's what life is. It's magical. I love that. I hope you do too. And I hope you understand that right now. And just feel that and let me know. And by the way, if you've not subscribed, please do me a favor of hitting that subscribe. If you're still watching this video, hit that subscribe button, please, and like and share and comment to me. And I promise I'll respond. I'm really wanting to grow the channel. This is my absolute purpose. I've done this for so many years. And as I am aging as a massage therapist, I know that that won't happen for too many more years. And this is what I want to do. I just want to share and bring the messages and you know, interact with you and help you along your journey, as Spirit has helped me so many times. Just want to pay that forward for you. So your last message is the beautiful Super Attractor Manifestation deck. And it is how we can feel and trust and visualize the life we want into existence. Pretty much everything that's been spoken to this point. This is a message, a mantra, or an affirmation you can say over and over again in your mind to kind of really help with the energies and to bring in that type of life you choose. True manifestations are powered by service and love. And love is the major, major powerful energy, boy. That's why I do love readings of all categories, right? You don't have to be married. You don't have to be in a relationship, but you do love. I know you do. Everybody watching loves something, someone, themselves, I hope. Their interests, their work, their jobs, you know, that's what love is about. And it just carries on and it spreads like wildfire. And it's so relevant and important in our lives for each and every one of us. So look at that beautiful, beautiful picture. I hope you feel this and enjoy this reading. I love this reading for you. It's made me extremely happy, and I hope you have the great rest of the day. This is a very powerful week, but it can be one that will be something you'll always remember your entire rest of your life. And I say that in a very positive and loving way. So take good care. Until next time, bye for now.